Ahoy, hoy!
Ahoy, hoy, everyone.
TrickyLUG. How's it going, everybody? It's Sunday. And
It's Sunday morning.
it's
Kind of
Sunday
brunch
morning.
time.
And it's BricksLA weekend. And we're taking a little break from the festivities today to do the show and a hangout, because I know not everybody is able to hang out, or maybe it's late, or maybe you're on the other side of the world. But
well, this is a fun place to hang out too.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have our regular guests today.
We do. And I have things to take apart and sort.
Yeah, we need sorting really bad.
Sorting today.
Sorting is a thing that needs to happen really bad. So we decided that we would just do a very casual sort and chat today.
Yeah, you can
We'll be sorting
too.
and chatting. Yeah, grab your Lego that needs to be sorted, get it out on the table, and and also we have a special guest today. We are going to be welcoming Kristoffer and Aaron are going to be here telling us about who they chose as the winner for their their baby announcement challenge. Yeah, so
it's the new year.
That should be fun. Baby. So it's the new year, baby.
See, I knew you'd say it. I knew you'd say it. Any chance.
I'm
Meanwhile, you're just whipping through screens over here.
Meanwhile, I'm just whipping through screens because I'm trying to get to a place where I can see like who's here. That's really what's going on here.
Yeah, so I'll be taking apart the adult busy box here, kind of halfway between an abacus and a. I thought I would play with this while I was on the air, but I don't know. It didn't take. It's a work in progress, right?
Well, okay, so let's go ahead.
On the other hand, highly sophisticated, great to play with on the air.
Well, let's see. We're gonna have to do this here. So yeah,
okay.
I unfortunately
we'll play the memory game. That's all right.
Yeah, we're gonna play the memory game. Moto is here. Hooded one. Chris very cold chalice. I feel ya. Still got my union suit on underneath.
Yeah, it's
everything. Hooded one is here. Darren Siegfried, Chief Brick Geek, Rob Zaccardi, and the Zaccardis, Lana, Vanessa, and Elena.
Right next to the Hornburgers.
And the Hornburgers. Ahoy, hoy, Hornburgers. Let's see. WGJL Builds. Jake Sadovich is here. Hey, Jake, how's it going? Alex 23, Minifig Chick. Apples is here from Europe. How's it going? Wilfred, bonsoir.
Also from Europe.
Also from Europe, and Hooded one also from Europe, although we said hello earlier. Let's see. Patrick Wismer is here. Matthew Builds Bricks, also from Europe. So all the European contingent. Let's see.
Oceans, right? Oceans can't stop TrickyLUG.
Oceans, something TrickyLUG things. Fatty Fan MKE. Moto.
Good one.
Minifig Chick is here. Oh my goodness. Holly's here. Let's see who else. Kathleen is here. Hey Kathleen, how's it going? Brickman Mosaics Art, John Luttrell. Oh my goodness, so many people. Brickaroo Bonsai is here. Junior Harry Potter, how's it going? Welcome. We haven't seen you here before. Welcome to the stream. Spot the Magic Ninja. Wow, Will Leftworth, Monica Berry. Oh my goodness. And Kim is here. Zarachino, Johnny Cat. Wow, this is a long list. This is pretty awesome, I gotta say. And have we come there yet? I think we've gotten there. All right.
With that, between Minifig Chick, Marilyn Parmley, and Johnny Cat, I've had Disneyland on my mind this week.
Yeah,
this week of BricksLA.
Yeah, me too. Me too. It would normally have been tomorrow. Yep. Did I see that it's Will's birthday?
What?
Is that Will Lechtworth's birthday? Happy birthday. If it is your birthday, that's awesome. Very cool. Happy birthday to you. Yes, it is. He is our friendly neighborhood Lego store employee.
Awesome. So awesome. Happy birthday.
Yeah, very cool. Excuse me.
Bringing joy to Lego fans the Bay Area over.
So let me see. Oh, so Matthew Build Bricks asked if we sent out the TrickyBricks prize packages yet. We haven't, because people said they wanted to wait for first of all, we wanted to wait for all of the holiday mail to just be done.
So it works again.
We were waiting for the 3D printer to get here, and then there was all these delays in the 3D printer, but we finally got it. And check what out what I printed yesterday, y'all.
This little bronze dragon.
He's a little guy, just a little dragon. So cute. I did one in white and one. I've done this one in bronze, so really excited about that.
Yeah, there's been some gold experiments,
and then there's been some tragedies. It has been a learning experience. Learning experience.
This was an experiment.
Yes, that's another experiment that I did. It's a Christmas ornament, right? So it's hollow inside. And what's crazy about this is it printed from the bottom up. So it was balanced like this, and it just like and printed it up, and so pretty cool. I'll say that it'll be worth the wait for some fun little doodads. And if you really like, I know Hooded One's getting is getting one of those prize packs, and they were mentioning they like the dragon, so maybe this dragon will be on its way to the Netherlands. And I've got lots of colors too, so I'm pretty excited about
cool
that.
Media. So like any new hobby, there's a steep learning curve, but it's coming online, right?
Is the dragon in system? Well, it's a system.
It's its own system.
It's its own system.
Think of it as a standalone theme.
But I have had some troubles. So like it was printing great, and then it stopped printing, and I've spent the last many hours. So yeah. Oh, FabbyFan MK, what are the rules on printed parts? I mean, I think printed parts are fine as long as they're on a square brick. It shouldn't be a problem, right? Like that's that's really the only rule, is that it's got like a that it has a right angle.
No curves or slopes, all 90 degrees.
Yeah, that's.
And I was thinking, like, is there a way I can get an angle? And no.
Is there a way I need an angle?
No, everything's.
I need an angle.
Parallel and perpendicular, right? I've got a piece I've been working on. Wow, this character, it's New Year's baby and I need an angle are kind of the same character.
Well, they're all kind of that same guy. Really. I only have like 2 characters, and that's one of them. And the other one is me. So there you go. All right. Well, let's bring our regular guests on.
We don't need headphones, right?
We have not.
We're in the modern,
we're all
21st century.
Yeah, we don't need them anymore. And Dan Bakken is here. Hi, Dan.
Hey, Dan.
All the way from Brazil. All right, let's see. Let's see who's here. We've got Cara, everybody. Hi, Cara.
Hi.
How's it going? Minifig Chick is here. And Holly is here.
Hello.
Hi, Holly.
Hello, ahoy, everyone.
And
good morning.
Last but never least, Moto.
Moto.
Hey, Moto.
I need an air horn for that.
Dude, please don't.
I won't.
We're not going to turn into Chuck. No.
So I read the topic today.
Crazy Ira.
You were pushing for sound effects for a while.
I do want sound effects, but I think they'll be gentler. No air horn.
No air. All right.
Gentle sound effects.
Tweeting birds.
If you insist.
How are you all?
Yeah, how's everybody doing?
Good. Good.
Yeah, I'm okay. I read the topic, so I'm sorting. I'll do the
Very
download camera
good.
and show you
Very
the mess
good.
I made.
I know. See, sometimes the guests don't even know what we're doing until they see the title of the
It's true.
show.
It's true.
Well, it's with I gotta say with BricksLA going on and all that sort of thing. Oh, very nice, Moto. This seemed like a good time to we're gonna take a little break. Like maybe it's time for a little bit of sorting, a little bit of chatting. And I understand, Holly, that and I don't know if we'll be entirely finished in time. But I understand there's a great presentation at 11 o'clock at BricksLA. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I don't know much about it other than Hassan is doing a thing for Lego Ideas at 11. So I'm going to try and catch that. And then I think I've been sorting for weeks. So today's actually going to be a build day for me. I'm trying to take this hour to do the one of the BricksLA activities, which was the food truck build.
Oh yeah. I saw about that.
Yeah, they included this little kit here.
Oh wow! Oh, now the one that I made for Bricks and Ears Day looks like
No,
Crap.
it's
No. The Bricklayers Days
beautiful.
ones are always very few parts. They're
I know,
much
but no, I
smaller.
just meant like in terms of the instruction sheet is
Oh.
gorgeous.
It's pretty good.
Mine doesn't even have a
it's so
cover
cute.
photo.
They
Great.
spent a lot more time on this than you had. So
What are those
don't sell
wheels?
yourself short.
Well, I gotta say, what that is one exciting thing is tomorrow would have normally been Bricks and Ears Day. We would have all gone to Disney. We would all be going to Disneyland tomorrow. And I don't know if you all remember from when we did our countdown calendar, but I did. I made this little teacup ride model for that for a little Disneyland action. And Cara was kind enough to show this to Aileen, and this is now one of the little buildable models for Bricks and Ears Day for BricksLA. I'm super honored
Because I love it.
colorful.
Yeah. So,
I didn't get to go last year, but I got I went to BricksLA 2019, and I got that little.
yeah, the Small World one.
Oh,
was
really
awesome.
Yes.
The one last year was a bird from the Tiki Room. I think I have it over here.
Awesome.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, this is awesome. This was the one from last year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a really great little build, I gotta say. So I am honored to be amongst awesome designers like Peter Aun, who does some of these, and yeah, so I feel that's pretty exciting.
That little crooked tile, though, yo, look at that.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, that's the. Oh, yeah, we have because of course we got two of those, so we have a couple of those little. Those little builds were kind of inspirational for my countdown calendar builds. So yeah. Bye, Junior Harry Potter. We'll see you later. Thanks for stopping in.
Where would you organize gold bricks?
Gold bricks?
I have a bin of just
you mean
metallic.
Those are
Metallic.
1x2s in a bag. 1x2 tiles in a bag, I believe.
I put all
They're talking about
metallics in their own
the
section.
wedge-edged
Yeah,
one.
it's one of the
Yeah,
colors
you know,
I
the
do.
little with the chamfered edge there,
Yeah.
like the chocolate bar.
Oh my goodness.
I had to give a room tour yesterday, so I had to get this place. It was really funny because I was in like deep sport where I was pulling pretty much everything out in like Marie Kondo style, and you know, do like big dumps of things to try and like put everything where it belonged. And I was in the middle of that where there were just piles of things and boxes everywhere because I was also trying to rearrange my storage area. And Eileen was like, "Hey, you should be on our list for room tours." And I was like, "Oh man."
I'm so glad that they didn't ask us that.
It was good though. Like I needed the motivation, you know, like that hard deadline of like, okay, I have a couple of days to get this like, you know, cleaned up and deal with this. So it was actually really good. So now everything is almost like spotless and I can actually build, which is really great.
So you said Marie Kondo style. Did you say thank you to anything and send it on its way?
Of course I did. There were hugs. Susan got a hug.
So, Susan deserves a hug. Okay, so how about pins, y'all? Anybody got pins today? I know Cara does, because we're gonna see Minifig Chick later for pin exchange.
Oh my
I'm very
goodness.
excited. It's like being at Disneyland, except for on the sidewalk in front of our house.
Yes.
Okay, what have you got, Cara?
So, because I'm so excited about a pin exchange, I have cute little Tigger.
Yeah.
Very cute. I like. There's a whole series of that. Whoever that artist is that did a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
So-
actually, let's see, I think there's a Robin Hood maybe in the pile for you.
Oh.
I can't remember. There are actually several of this style in the bag
Yay.
this time. So
Very cool. All right. How about you, Holly?
Yeah,
And
I was
you've
laughing at the comments of like, oh, Marie Kondo philosophy means you only get to keep like 30 things or something. So I guess it's more of the Holly Webster philosophy.
Well, it can be influenced.
Yeah,
Dump everything out.
the Holly philosophy, which is
dump everything out, keep most of
dump
it,
30 things and keep everything else.
I still have my socks in a cute little box.
All right, I've got Tinkerbell. Oh, cute Tinkerbell.
Oh my
God.
god!
That thing's awesome.
like that
have
pin.
that. I must. Where did you get that?
I'm sure I got it at Disney World.
Okay, I have to find that now.
I'm on it.
100% have to find that. That is amazing. So good. So jealous. Wow. All right, let's see what we've got going on.
$20.
Oh no!
I've got Scar
Ooh.
and his
Serious.
jackals.
And I have Maleficent and Nicodemus. Oh, she's gonna be a problem. Come on, you.
Love.
Love her.
Mm-hmm.
There she is.
Yeah, Flynn, those pins are $20.
Oh boy. Sorry.
All right, well,
Very sparkly.
they are very sparkly.
Think of it as costume jewelry.
There you go. I'll 3D print one if I ever get the printer working again. Dang it.
Yes. Well, it's a series. The villains. Do they all?
Are you answering this question?
Yes. That question right there.
Yes, it's a series of I think it's like a villains pin pack that our friend got us for Christmas. Our friend Dave.
Nice.
We've worn them all now.
Yep.
So there you go.
So I know a couple people have been asking when Kristoffer and Aaron are coming on because they're going to jump off and go to BricksLA.
Mm.
They, from what I know, they are going to be here around 10:30ish.
Okay.
So
And-
hopefully in the next 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay, cool. And Matthew, you can miss the first half hour. It's just announcements.
It's just announcements. There's always a lot of announcements. Oh my goodness. So what now? I know. What are you? So you're working on your? Can we see your build so far, Holly?
I actually messed up, so I had to take it over parts. I'm only that far.
Okay.
Probably should pay attention. I don't know what I'm doing. Here we go.
Wow, with this sorting I'm doing right now, I've taken apart about 75 parts, and I have about 75 unique piles here. Right?
always the way. Always
Did
the way.
Moto show his pin?
I don't know that Moto. Oh, do you have a pin, Moto?
Same old crystal.
Oh yeah, your crystal
Ah,
pin. Very
nice.
nice. We need to send. I think I'm just gonna send. I need to send Moto a stack of pins, so he can.
I think we can make that happen.
I think we can make that happen. We have some extras.
We have
I'm
the ability.
pinless in Denver.
Oh, is that Pinless in
Featuring-
Denver, the Moto story.
Yeah.
Oh my
Starring
goodness.
Tom Hanks.
Oh my goodness.
Didn't that used to be a thing with courting, was getting pinned?
That was in the 50s. Yes.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
the thing. I know. I hear courting now, and all I can think of is Bridgerton because I'm like 100%
Well, that's where that word came
into.
from.
I'm like
Oh.
100% into that show right now.
I've only watched about 20 minutes.
I finally started it, and
You did finally watch it?
100% with it. Yes,
I told you you would be. I told
Love
you
it.
you would.
love it. Yeah,
It has a lot going for it. I'll just
Yeah.
say that. It's
so
got a-
pretty. Oh, the production is just over the top. I love it.
Yeah,
the production
costume
value
design
is incredible.
Yeah.
How long before we see the first Bridgerton Lego Ideas set? Wow, maybe I better get on it. I think I
Yeah.
better get on
It's
that.
like what
If you're
a
the one who wants to do
minifigure
it.
in an Empire skirt.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's always the tricky thing is like when it comes to like I get lots of ideas of things that should exist in the Lego world, but so many of them are like minifig centric and getting, it essentially would involve so much like customization and to really get it right. And that's
well, I gotta say though, when
Team
you,
up with
if you
Hoke.
go out there and you look at people like our friend Eric, who we had on the show, who do these minifig these custom minifigs that are all like just only using real Lego parts. I'm amazed at what they can come up with.
I can get 70% of the way there, but it just bugs me, like not being able to get those really identifiable things that don't exist.
Well, like how do you do an Empire, one of those dresses?
Well, they have that. Well, there's the Queen minifigure that has the big dress, the CMF.
Yep.
That's the only one I know that has a big dress.
Her hair, though, like where would you get that Queen's hair?
Well, I would use the one from the Western gal that has the big piled up hair that has the hat that tips off the front of it. You could totally use that.
Oh yeah, totally.
Well, and I think that for people like us who are highly detail oriented, that's that I get it. And also, I will say that most people will kind of they'll be drawn to the iconic bits of it. Yeah. So I think automatically, if you make that queen a queen of color, that's what people are gonna see. Like people are gonna that's where they're gonna home in on and go, oh yes, that is recognizable, because how often have we seen that? Like never, and it's amazing. It's amazing.
There must be an awesome hairstyle that can be used.
So yeah. Anyway, those are my.
Yes, sorry to go into the Bridgerton rabbit hole here.
We connected it to Lego.
We sure did.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen a green Technic axle? I haven't.
Yes,
I have seen one. Not very often. But yeah, we have a couple yellow ones as well.
Yeah, yellows I have a ton of, but yellows and red, but not green. Green's weird.
Yeah, I haven't seen green a lot. Well, I'm not sorting anything. I'm sitting here talking. Okay. I feel like I should probably sort the Bricks and Pieces bag that I got from Cara for Christmas. It's got those black bones in it, and I still haven't put them away. I'm the worst.
No, I'm definitely much more behind than you are. And I don't know if you watched Brandon Griffith's presentation yesterday at BricksLA, but he has like a closet full of unsorted bins.
Oh, a lot of people do.
Yeah.
But he showed it. He showed it on screen. He came out of the open.
Everybody was showing off their room tours too, and a lot of people were showing off their various piles and closets and garages of shame.
Yeah, well,
mine is just all over the living room floor. Hang on, I've got to go be IT person for a minute.
People a lot showing their build rooms. But you don't see people showing you their jumble rooms very often.
That's a good thing. At least we all know
we have jumble rooms.
We're all in it together. Everybody.
Yeah, our garage is like crazy right now. I love like the rest of our house is pretty. Like we're pretty on top of it. But when we moved into the house, we were renovating the house before we could even really move in, and so it was this gradual process where we just had to dump everything we owned in the garage. Meanwhile, we're trying to do renovations, which means all our tools and stuff are in the garage also. So it's just this like, there's still like all our moving boxes and stuff are still kind of packed up out there, and we just go and get things as we need them. And then also half of the garage is just debris from stuff. Renovating.
Alex 23 says he's only got 131 gallons, so I don't feel so ashamed. What?
Sounds about right.
No.
Well,
I think I probably have. Yeah, I probably have. Let's see, three, maybe 4 60-quart containers. I still have to do. It's a lot. It's a
lot. I mean, we have a fair amount. I don't know how much. I try not to keep too close a tabs on it, so I don't get too worked up about it. But.
Fortunately, the imperial measuring system is illogical enough that it's hard to translate those quarts to gallons to pieces. If we were metric, it would be terrifying.
Exactly.
Oh my!
Okay, I'm gonna be coming and going because I gotta go get parts now to figure out what I'm gonna do with this thing.
Sure. All right.
There it is. It's built, but now I have to mod it, I guess, or customize it. I think those are the instructions. I'm not entirely sure what we're supposed to be doing, but I'm going to do something.
Oh yeah, well that's right. You know what? We will do stickers because we've got stickers.
Oh, here I've got troll stickers.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Here we'll do Polly first.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I love those.
Upright.
They're so cheerful.
That way.
Those are super cheerful.
Yeah, and I love the classical sucks stickers.
Very cool.
And the trees are cool, and the flowers are useful, and I love the like almost clicky looking clarinet. Maybe you guys already showed this one, but
I know I've seen it.
Yes,
before.
we have shown that one because I remember talking about the Freddie the Flute.
It looks just like Freddie the
character from HR Pup and stuff.
Right, I know it's familiar, but I got my own because I was just going through. Like I took a box I had opened just to pull out a couple of parts, and that was part of my sorting tasks was go through all my like open boxes where I pulled out 3 pieces and stuffed everything back in them, and I just had like at least more than a dozen of them just sitting in front of my table, and I was like, okay, we're just gonna pile all these bags into a bin and get rid of the boxes.
So I gotta say, check this out, and this is something I can get behind. Alex says I put mine into 1 gallon storage bag so I can work on it 1 gallon at a time. I am 100% behind that.
I do
We
that.
sort of come from different schools of how we should deal with our jumbled Lego.
Yeah, Flynn and I very different schools. Now we've met in the middle on this because my tendency is to find the biggest container possible and put all the unsorted bricks in it and then just go to it and occasionally look for all of the one kind of treasure like the 2x-N plates out of that. But Flynn wants,
I prefer, like Alex does, is to have them in small doses that feel handleable, right? Yeah. Like I can put away a bag, but if I sit and look at a giant, 50-gallon tub full of unsorted Lego, it makes me crazy. And also, a lot of times we're putting stuff away from a specific project, and I know that there's bricks in that project that I'm going to want later and not going to want to have to dig through a 50-gallon tub of Lego to find.
And that's where I've come to his, we've met in the middle on this, is because I'm willing to take individual containers that are project-based or part-based, especially if we get bulk.
Yeah.
Or like all of the finds from the LUG meeting that day when you went through the bulk.
Oh, yeah, and you find those
all
bags.
of that stays together as a little treasure.
Or when Dave comes over and drops off his usual grocery bag full of picks from Bricks and Me Picks, which he does frequently.
Well, they are sort of sub-sorted already, right?
Sort of, yeah.
Because you were looking for all brown bricks that day or what have you.
I tend to work like I'm very tray, so I don't really even. I find that the trick is capacity. It's like what you allow for expansion is, like if you make more room, then things tend to fill up, right? It's like bigger, more stuff, right? So I don't really have that many gallon tubs. Like most of the gallon tubs I use for like pre-built sets that I'll put in baggies and put those in the big bins.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever put like unsorted brick in like a giant tub. So I tend to work like
it makes me crazy.
Yeah, I mean some of these Trofast bins down here have a lot of unsorted brick. Some of it's just my kids' stuff, like where they just I've just collected all their stuff into a bin. And so there's a couple that's like just my son's Lego down there, and my daughter had a bunch and now those are in her room to deal with. But I don't tend to that's as big of an unsorted pile as I'll get as like the medium-sized Trofast bin. And then I dump stuff out on one of those trays, like one of these guys. So like a giant sort to me, like this is the most I will sort is what will fit on a tray. And then I lay it all out flat, and it just makes it really quick. And then eventually I whittle it down to the little funnel tray. And then this is where I kind of separate out the smaller pieces and then dump them into the cups and stuff as I go. So it's kind of like a tiered, I go from medium-sized.
Tiered approach.
Yeah. And I get through things like really quick that way.
Well, I definitely, I'll go through, and the things that we have drawers for, like 2x-N plates or 1x-N, bricks, all that stuff that's easy to drop into a drawer, I'll go through and grab all those out first. But what it means is I'm always grabbing my favorite things out of it, and in the end, you get this little like horrible creature of 67 parts that are 67 different categories that I don't know where they go.
Fortunately, I have a handle enough on our collection. I know where most things go. But
yeah, me too for the things we have categories for.
Sure.
We have a well-organized collection.
We do.
I do it roughly, and then from the rough piles, I can focus on, just the subcategory. That's why I'm just doing Technic. Like I rough sorted all the Technic. And now
that's my favorite thing is to pull out all the Technic.
I will show you. So you want to talk about? I was talking to Flynn about this.
Your secret is out, I'm afraid.
So here's the nightmare sort right here.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
This is all Bionicles. So it's like Bionicle blades. Bionicle blades of this specific type. All of the small connectors for Bionicle. And then, this whole container is like weird colors. It's just like, how do you sort Bionicle? It's like it's Hero Factory 2 and Ben 10 and all that stuff. Buildable figures, but these are all the torso pieces.
Well, they're logically related.
Oh, so what we didn't, what's funny is we didn't talk about Ben 10 the other day when we were talking about Galador, because Ben 10 was kind of like Galador 2.0, and I believe it did just as poorly.
I don't know,
but
I've seen tons of seasons of it online. But
Ben 10 was pretty successful, actually.
It's been around for a while.
The Lego line?
No, the cartoon was.
I don't know about. Just
I'm talking about the Lego line.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Okay, so y'all, we have we to take a pause here in the sort talk because Kristoffer and Aaron are here to talk about the awesome entries to our New Year, baby! Challenge. So everybody, welcome Kristoffer and Aaron. Hi.
Hi. Hey. How's it going?
How you doing?
Good.
Puerto Rico?
Sunny.
Very good. So I understand you had a very difficult time picking, right? Like there was.
Yeah. There was a very difficult time.
There were so many creative, wonderful builds. It was really tricky.
Yeah, there were some tough. So I was like, well, and Kristoffer and I were talking earlier, and I said, well, just send me the picture that's the winner, and we'll put it up. And then he sends me a list of 8 pictures. He's like, so these are kind of like runners up with starting here, and so I believe they all have categories, but.
So, do you want me to run through the list, or?
I think I have them in order. I tried really hard, but I had to order them backwards so that they would show up in the right direction, and I got a little confused in the middle because it was like 2 minutes before we were about to start.
There'll be a little bit of a lag, but then they can see it, right?
No, this one they'll be able to see. So let me. So why don't you give the first runner up, and then I'll or the first one you have on the list you sent to me.
Okay, so we had a list of like really creative builds that we really liked a lot. So Avernus Workshop, the octopus.
Okay, there we go.
That was awesome.
That's super cute.
That was super awesome. So like really love this one, love the colors and everything else. It's so hard to choose from all of these, but just wanted to throw this one out there. We had Rob Ketcherside with the Super Oracle Baby.
So these are the honorable mentions for various reasons.
Exactly.
This one is quite hilarious.
It had Jake Sadovich with the onesie.
Yeah,
that's adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think you need to use this on your stream somehow. Like once you have the baby, you should use this as your like icon for Instagram or something because it is
truly
amazing.
Well, I'm hoping I can use like all of these.
Yeah, exactly.
We might just like slowly filter them out there. So, and then we had Darren Siegfried with also the baby in the high chair, which this one was fantastic as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
Kid, baby. Yeah. Love it.
Cool.
Hang on one second. I'm having it's not letting me move forward here with the pictures. There we go. There's Jake's. Come on.
Misbehaving.
It's
right?
misbehaving. Sorry, everyone. Doing my best here. Okay.
Okay, and then this next category are what we felt was really the best response to the challenge, which was to, create a baby image, but also something that was more of an announcement as well. So this was Femme from the Block with Kristoffer and I purchasing stuff from the baby store, which was awesome. I love the angle and the perspective and the forefront of us and all the toys in the background. That was really cool. Oh yeah, and then Have Studs Will Travel. Although there's no penguins in Puerto Rico yet, we just thought this was so adorable and a fantastic announcement and incorporation of the TrickyBricks logo too.
Well, and the fireworks are I still like every time I look at
the fireworks are awesome.
They're just incredible. They did such a great job. Okay, who we got next?
The next one I think is Fabifam MKE.
Yeah.
I love the little dogs and the lettering. It was really just kind of jumped out at you. So love this one as well.
And the winner.
Last but not least, the winner. Yeah, with
the winner is drumroll please. Padow!
Yeah. This one just really jumped out at me. I love all the different elements that really speak Puerto Rico. You have the old San Juan build in the background, which is really colorful with the palm tree and the ocean, the rocks and stuff. And then of course Kristoffer and me with he's got the beard, very accurate, and my dark hair, and the baby. So it's just awesome.
Well, and the other thing I love about this is what, because I love puns and things like that, but the description said for the next, it was the next chapter of your lives, and it's the book, and just all of that is so it's so great.
So sweet.
So awesome.
Like I said, this was a hard challenge too. We had so many great entries here, so we really love them all.
Hard to grade.
Yeah. Whoops.
Remind us who made that book?
That was the Hornburgers.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, the Hornburgers. Oh, sorry if we didn't say that. Yes, that was the Hornburgers. Actually, let's look at that again because it's so awesome.
It's
the
so
Hornburgers and this awesome story of Puerto Rico. A story of Puerto Rico.
A new chapter.
A new chapter. I love it. So creative and
so
just
sweet.
So pretty and concise, right? It's just a perfect sentence.
Yeah.
But wow, awesome.
Thank you all. And like I said, we hope that we can use some of the other ones too. I think as the story continues. So
absolutely.
If people are okay with that. So.
Well, what a positive, just loving challenge, right? It just feels like hooray.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing it. It was a fun one at the beginning of the year and New Year's and everything else. So
yeah, I think we timed it. You timed it really well. Nice work.
We had it all. You have these plans, right? So. Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations again, and thanks for coming up with the fun challenge and including all of us in on your good news. It's really great, and I love that we know before your family does. So that's pretty.
Nobody out there is watching this, right?
All right.
We know.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations, and we will talk to y'all soon. Enjoy.
Right, thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Awesome. Bye.
Wow, that was fun. How awesome!
Isn't that amazing?
So good.
Hooray!
I love that
let's
piece.
see. Yeah, it was such a great piece. I really enjoyed. Well, they were all incredible. That's the thing. The level of building quality and style and talent that have happened over the past 9 months that has happened has been I got to say, one of the most gratifying things about doing this show is seeing how inspired everybody has been and what they build and how enthusiastic people are about the challenges. I just think that's so.
Well, that gets us more psyched to build too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And speaking of that,
have a few of those bowls over there.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna sort into these from our friend again, our friend Drew.
These great little fry baskets. Those are amazing.
Yeah, and since they don't get greasy, you just use them.
Indeed, because they don't have actually have fries in them.
We should have used these when we had fish and chips.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry,
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Sorting, it's working. I'm actually sorting things this morning.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, congratulations, Hornburgers. We've sent, and the Hornburgers have consistently turned in some really, really amazing stuff. I remember the ones they did. It was early on, and they took the pictures out in nature. And Julia did the one in the kayak that was like on the water.
They all went together. Right?
Yeah, it was great. Those were some fantastic builds. And speaking of challenges. Yep. Our current challenge, which was a challenge thought up by one of our community members, PT McEwen, and Brickanista dubbed it the Hip to Be Square Challenge. And I think there was another title, Rock the Brick was another one someone came up with. But the point is that you're not to use any slopes, curves, or specialty pieces in this build. So everything is right angles.
This counts, right?
Right.
Snot pieces are okay.
Think Minecraft. If you need like something to kind of latch onto, think about the big sculptures that they make at Legoland, where everything is kind of either plates or bricks that are all, right angles and that sort of thing.
8-bit, right?
Sort of 8-bit. Yeah, there you go. 8-bit as well.
Well, I got really inspired, and I built all day yesterday.
Oh yeah, his is going to be awesome. I can't speak for mine, but
so bad. He's over there whimpering, and I don't.
Oh really? Already? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It is that special time of the day. Everybody, please welcome our very, very special guest.
Hi, Logan.
Hey, Logan here. Oh, you got a baby monkey. Oh, let's see. We're gonna tip down a little bit. There he is. Yay, Logan.
He says,
well, all I have is like fancy cheese down here. I don't have any dog treats.
Fancy cheese. Wow, Skittles is pretty good there.
Yeah, come here. My treat.
Okay, let me touch you today.
Logan only gets cheddar. Is that some kind of like, camembert or something?
It is. What is this?
Okay.
I don't know. I tore off the label.
Yay, Logan.
Boy, you did it.
Splashy. Looks like Splashy's getting a little dizzy down there.
It's called Euphoria, like EWE.
Oh, very clever. Well, here, we have to give Logan his moment in the sun, though. It is Logan.
Say hi to everyone. Say hi.
Hi, Logan.
Okay. Good boy.
Yay!
That was a hard one.
Too. Logan cookie time and Skittles
Hi,
snuggle
everybody.
time.
Hi,
Skittles, Logan.
nummies.
I know.
Nummies.
It's Skittles.
Num.
Hooray! Logan cookie time, everybody. Clap, clap.
Yeah. No, you're not getting any more of that. Nope. Looking at me so longingly. Ooh, she liked that. Bet she did.
Oh, Kristoffer asks when Logan and Skittles are going to have their own show.
Would be a hit.
Spin-off.
I can only imagine the two of them together.
If we need a break, we could just have doggy cams on a Sunday.
There you go, doggy cam Sunday.
I love it.
Oh my goodness!
You
Wow.
really like that.
Yeah, I'm here for that. I am totally okay with that.
It was fun. The mixer at BricksLA last night. It was like we kind of had like this chopped challenge of like what kind of cocktail can you make with what's in what's on hand.
Oh my!
So I went open. I've got a mini fridge down here in my little Lego lounge here. So
on Sunday we should do the Lego Puppy Bowl.
Oh, Lego Puppy Bowl would be awesome. I am here for that. Oh wait, what is this? There's a cheesemaker in Wisconsin that this is so Moto territory.
Oh my god.
A cheese called "You Calf to Be Kidding Me" sheep, cow, and goat milk.
That
sounds right. That sounds legit.
That's
awesome.
An epic pun within a pun within a pun. Like that.
Yeah.
It's some serious wordplay.
I gotta build.
Yes, that's it. Yes, Rob Zaccardi. The Skittles and Logan would be at the Build and Bark show.
Build and Bark.
Absolutely.
That sounds like an April Fool's plan to me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Are you guys going to be on during April 1st?
I've lost all track of time.
Yeah. Fair warning, everyone.
Yeah, but you never know. You might just show up one day and it's just going to be a dog with a pile of bricks.
Well, if you leave them enough dogs with enough piles of bricks long enough, they'll
eventually eat one.
They'll eventually, chew them all to pieces.
Well, Logan is a fake Lego snipping dog, so maybe we just dump him out, and then he can pick we can see if he can how many fake Lego.
Yeah, he can destroy all the bad stuff, right?
You could probably hire that dog out.
Would he be getting stud fees?
What was that?
Would he be getting stud fees?
Oh, yes.
Yes, of course.
Hey, Iceberg Bricks is here. How's it going, Mel?
Hey,
welcome.
Iceberg. We're sorting today.
Yeah,
Hey, Mel.
Sorting chat today, figuring it all out, putting things away. It's the new year. Got to get stuff cleaned up so we can actually build some things.
You guys are cleaning and I'm making a mess. I love it.
I have to say though, I
know if I can show this to the camera. Let's see if it'll focus or not. No, is it not?
No calculators or something?
Oh well, sorry, it's not focusing there. But it's a tiniest. It's a 1x2 slope, 1x2 cheese slope with control panels all over it.
And sorry, what were you saying, Moto?
Sorry, Moto.
Sorting Technic sucks.
Oh, sorting Technic is the worst.
That's why I took it on, because I know that like everything else, I can blaze through it very, very quickly. But when you get that jumble of 12,000 little different pins and angle connectors,
yeah, that's always like the end. Like we sort everything, and then you end up sweeping all the stuff that you just can't deal with putting away back into another bag, and then eventually you have like 12 bags of little tiny pieces that you are like eventually will be forced to put away in some way.
It all comes down to bushings in the end.
Oh, bushings and bushings and Technic pins.
That's what I'm doing now. All these little Technic pins.
I tend to gather all the Technic and try to do it all at once.
Yeah, that was my plan, and now I'm regretting it.
Well,
Let's see.
So I'm just curious. I was Mairead was texting me the other night, and she was telling me how many TrickyLUG people she's been seeing around BricksLA, which is super fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
Glad to hear that. Lots of the little brick minifig boxes. Habitats with the people using TrickyLUG bricks in them, and it's really fun to see. All the representation out there.
It is.
A lot of the photos in that photo gallery were from the fine folks of TrickyLUG. That's what I noticed.
Yeah. Well, I've got and once BricksLA is over, I will post a link on the website to the now. I mean, I don't know if it's official. It can be the official TrickyLUG Flickr account. that has all of the builds from Fab Max up on it, including from the Blocks video or movie that she did, and a couple of new photos that people sent in to me. So yeah, very, very cool.
Awesome.
Did you see the 12,000 piece owl mosaic?
Yeah,
no, but that
fantastic.
sounds cool.
It was gorgeous.
Very cool.
Now I haven't even looked at the BricksLA gallery.
I hadn't either.
Oh, shame.
I know.
Yano, my ears were burning. We were literally just talking about that. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Well, and I've been sitting here sorting the same 35 bricks for the past 20 minutes.
Well, here, let me get you the clear.
Oh, please do. Yeah, I'm putting away my little crystal castle in a ornament that I made with the I think this is a highly underrated transparent piece. People don't use it enough.
Oh, I love that piece. I have one in my Coraline house.
It's so good. You do?
Yep.
One of these?
Yep.
A gear box?
That's what the little worm gear goes in with the.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
That's what spins the piano.
Very cool.
Oh.
Oh my goodness, we've had no coffee this entire time. No wonder I feel like I'm about to have a nervous breakdown.
I have to go be IT person for 1 second. I'll be right back.
IT. I'll put you in the green room there while we're waiting. Bye, Chris Chalice. We'll see you later.
No, that's not right.
Yeah. Oh, a special on TV celebrating 30 years of Mr. Bean.
Ooh.
There you go.
I like
I have to confess to not being a fan. I mean, I'm not a fan. Like, I don't dislike it. I just don't have the full. I haven't had the full Mr. Bean experience. So perhaps I just don't know, what I'm missing here. Are there a lot of people here who like that? I don't know if it's mostly a British thing, but
I love Mr. Bean.
Oh yeah,
it's hilarious. Oh yeah.
All right.
It's his timing. His timing is always perfect.
Well, I love Rowan Atkinson. I think he's hilarious, and I loved him. Although, what's funny is I've seen him in stuff. I know he's been in things and Red Dwarf. And I say I love him, and I do, but my experience—you're gonna laugh at me. My experience with Rowan Atkinson is from the original version of The Witches with Angelica Houston.
Yes.
So, and I thought he was so hilarious in that.
Yes.
I can't remember who it was I was talking about this with the other day. Maybe it was my friend Dave. He had a similar experience, but I went to see The Witches when it came out in the movie theater. I was so excited, another Road Doll. So I went and saw The Witches with my friend, and we were the only adults in the entire theater who were there to actually see the movie, who didn't have a child with them. Everybody was and we were just cackling and cheering for the Grand High Witch, and people were not super excited about that.
Did you guys watch the new one? Because I don't think it really quite held a candle to the original.
I have not seen the new one.
I was
not interested.
I know that it's a thing, and I want to see it just because I just want to see what they do with it. But I don't know. It's that, to me, again, that's one of those movies that is just kind of perfect as is.
Exactly. It felt like an untouchable one to me too, and I was sorely disappointed with. From what I could tell from the previews, it had the potential. I see what they're trying to do with it, with making it more contemporary, but it did not have the same charm in any way whatsoever as the original.
Well, and of course, the original was worked with Henson Studios to make all the puppets, and the mice were puppets, and I don't know about the new one, but I'm gonna guess that they're not puppets.
No, and I'm a digital artist, so it's not ooh, it's all CG, gross. It's just Yeah, it was missing a lot of things.
There was just so much I loved about the first one. Like so I have this thing where like I will watch movies multiple times. Like if it's a movie I love, I will watch it like ad nauseum. Like I will just watch them over and over. And what I love about that is after I have completed like my knowing what all the main characters do, is starting to watch the people in the background.
Yeah.
And what they're doing, because they're often doing really amazing, hilarious things. And one of the things I noticed, and I didn't notice it in the movie theater because I was paying attention to Angelica Houston and her fabulousness, was that when they go to the hotel and they like lock themselves into their little, their witch meeting, like half of them are guys in bad wigs.
Yeah.
And it is hilarious.
Not really made up.
Not made up. Like once they like they just like these guys. They've got like 5 o'clock shadows, some of them, with these like ratty wigs.
Rough looking guys, right? It's like Ernest Borgnine.
It's like Ernest Borgnine.
I mean, whatever works, I guess.
No, I mean it was perfect, right?
Yeah.
Like I love that they did that, but I just I hadn't noticed it like on my first watchings when I saw it in the theater.
It's amazing the magic of focus.
Yeah, I think
and
it's
attention,
a really great and I think highly underrated movie. Like I don't think it was super popular when it came out.
Was it not really?
I don't think it was. I'm not positive about that. Someone can check IMDb, but I don't know if it was super popular when it first came out.
It's so well done. The mice character.
I'm obsessed with it. I loved it.
Of course, I mean, Holly, of course you like real 3D characters in movies, right?
Yeah. I
Me
mean,
too.
yeah.
I love the way light falls on real puppets and real 3D, characters in movies. I've loved claymation forever for that.
Yeah,
reason.
and it's something I've tried to explain to people too. Like,
Hey, Chris.
With like the work that we do at Leica, being with puppets and stuff, and people wonder because we have this hybrid process where we do a lot of it digitally as well. So there's kind of this seamless blend between CG and practical, and people wonder, well, if you're already doing half of it digitally and it looks practical, then why bother doing anything practically at all? And it's like, because that's the target. Like without having that as the target of like what it should look like,
right?
Kind of like aimless, like
yeah.
To achieve. By the way, Holly, it's 11 if you want to watch that ideas panel.
Got it. Thank you guys.
Bye, Holly. Thanks for joining.
Oh, bye.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye. Oh, so
I was
Chris,
also going to say, everything was pushing digital, and then I like the films that have kind of pushed back against that, that have wound up being much better because they weren't digital. Like Fury Road, for example, the stunts in that, if they did it digitally, it wouldn't have been nearly as amazing.
So Chris Castaneda was asking which movie we're talking about. We're talking about the original The Witches, Roald Dahl's, the movie of Roald Dahl's story.
With Creatures by Henson.
With Creatures by Henson. And that's the thing, like there was no CG in that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's all legit. Like when the Grand High Witch turns into the little like shrinks down, and that whole giant smoke cloud that comes out. I mean, that was
practical smoke on the set.
Yeah, it's all practical smoke on the set that they run backwards, of course, to give it that crazy effect. It's just brilliant.
Honestly, why you would ever remake anything that originally had Angelica Houston is beyond me. Just saying.
Well, I have to say, like, I was extremely skeptical about the Addams Family movies when they came out.
I liked them.
Extremely skeptical because that was like right towards right at the beginning of this huge wave of things getting remade, right? So like, they were made, I remember there was like a Beverly Hillbillies movie, I think.
Oh yeah.
And those dreadful Flintstones movies, like there was a lot, like they were just like really
unfortunate
mining.
But the Addams Family, they did it proud.
And I was also like, I'm a huge Addams Family fan, so I was like, no, there is no other Morticia. Carolyn Jones is like, no. So But then when I actually saw it, I thought they did such a great job, and the casting was like perfectly perfect. And because of course I raised my eyebrow at Christopher Lloyd as Uncle Fester, but he was hilarious, and he made it his own. Like he kind of made it his own character. They all did to a degree, but I felt like his was the more like he took that character and made it his own. Because like the original actor was, he kind of sounded like this all the time. He kind of did more comedy. But yeah, it was very funny.
Yano says, unpopular opinion, I love the original live action Flintstones. Honestly, I enjoyed the movie too, I have to say.
Well, you know what I liked about the Flintstones, other than that I always liked John Goodman, is I thought Rosie O'Donnell was great as Betty.
Oh, yes, she was. I enjoyed it.
No, Flynn's not feeling it.
See, this is the same. I'm going to return. This is you're going to hear this 100 times from me before the year is out. This is why, I love every single Star Trek movie. I just go into it expecting to be fun.
Oh.
Right?
Even number
it can
5?
be super bad, but
which one was 5, Moto?
Every single movie.
They go to the center of the universe in search of Eden.
Yeah, every single movie. They're all awesome.
Man. Okay.
I'm a little jealous because I am so judgmental about movies. It's like, now, if you saw the movies that I like, you'd be like, what kind of judgment do you have, sir? But
there's camp. Camp is one thing, right?
Well, and I can get behind a really terrible movie, but I do have very strong reactions to film, and there's some that I really like and some that I'm just like, no, I don't care. You couldn't pay me enough. Like the Three Stooges movie, you could not pay me enough money to watch that and pretend to enjoy it.
No, there was.
Well, I never really liked the original, so.
Yeah. Oy. Oh, did you know? Speaking of the Flintstones, I actually went to the Flintstones campground park. I think it's in Arizona. Really? I don't know if it still exists, but there was a
Jellystone. Did you go to Jellystone?
That's Yogi Bear. That's the Yogi Bear place. Yeah. There was a bedrock campground that you could go to, and they had the snack bar, general store was the Flintstones house, and they had the car out there. And of course, by the time I got to it, it had been out. It had been there for 40 years and was a little worse for wear. but that was fun, I gotta say.
Well, this website says it's both closed and open, so I don't know what to tell you.
Well, that's that I have an obsession with roadside attractions.
Too?
I love wax museums. So there's another place, and this place is actually open. There's a place in Kansas called the Land of Oz, and it's got a full yellow brick road. It's like a theme park without rides. It's more like a walk around type of deal.
I love Roadside America.
I want to see
the one in South Dakota.
Is it in South Dakota? I thought it was in Kansas.
Bedrock City?
Oh, no, Bedrock. No. Is it in North Dakota? No.
The Land of Oz is a roadside attraction.
We're on Oz. Sorry, I'm still back on Flintstones.
Yes.
Hey, we never did our sticker.
Oh, we can save it. We'll save it for another.
You know what, Flynn? I love Roadside America, and I never went to that, and I lived in Kansas for 10 years.
Oh. Have you been? I wanted to go see the Pee Wee Herman dinosaur. I know that's not what it is, but I want to be. And I got to say, I was so excited. The first time I ever played the video game Fallout New Vegas, there is a hotel with a giant T-Rex statue that they put in there, as an homage to that. And you can go inside of it. It's pretty hilarious.
What other roadside places have you been? Have you ever been to Wall Drug, which is nearly the pinnacle?
I haven't been to Wall Drug, but I've seen the all the cars buried in the road.
Stone. Oh yeah, it's Carhenge.
Carhenge.
Yeah,
I've seen that one. So a little background. When I moved from Atlanta after having been displaced there from New Orleans by Hurricane Katrina, around 2007, I drove back across. My friend helped me, packed up all my stuff in a giant truck, and moved me back to the Bay Area. And so we took Route 66. We went to the place in Texas where they have like the 32-ounce steak, or however big it is. It was like 50-ounce steak, something huge. And if you eat it, like, you get your picture on the wall, and it was completely over the top, like Texas ridiculousness. That place was. I've definitely been there, and I've seen the cars, or Carhenge.
Did you see the dinosaurs?
What? No. I saw I don't
remember
dinosaurs.
where I saw them, but I know that I saw them on one of our cross-country trips. There was I saw a brontosaurus.
Yes, there's a brontosaurus, and then there's the big statue guy. He's in a bunch of different towns. Like, some places he has a tire, some places he's like guy with a big hammer.
It's the muffler. Yeah, the muffler man.
Yes, the muffler man. There you go. And they've changed him around for other places, right?
Yeah.
And I haven't seen. I would love to see the Paul Bunyan statue. It's something I'd like to see that I haven't seen.
We saw a bottle house.
Oh yes, I've seen. Yeah, the whatever that.
Oh, the bottle house.
It was a house. Now, I would have been 9 years old, so this is going back a few years. But it was a house that was like Tudor houses had those windows with the circular glass.
Yes.
All the circular glass pieces. It was like that on the inside because it was the bottoms of all of the bottles, and then the tops of the bottles were pointed out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was beautiful bottle house.
Yeah, I've been to the Garden of Eden in Kansas. I tried to find the largest ball of twine, but couldn't find it.
Have you seen Rocky Taconite?
What's that?
What state is that in?
It's in Minnesota.
What even is that?
Let me see if I can switch the cam.
What?
No, I can listen. So
you can share your screen.
No, well, except that I'm on my phone because.
Oh, right.
Anyway, Rocky Taconite.
My dad is on. And he said that it was in Nevada.
And happy birthday, Bob! It was your birthday yesterday, right?
On the 7th.
Oh, a couple days ago. Yeah,
he turned 90 years old.
That's right. Amazing. Happy birthday, Bob!
Of course, I was with my dad, my family, for all of those camping trips where we saw all those crazy. I remember stopping at Stuckey's a lot.
Oh, Stuckey's.
And you could get like
a pecan lug.
Yep.
Who doesn't love
What's
a pecan lug?
I guess now they're creepy, but my rabbit's foot as a kid was one of my most treasured possessions. That I'm sure I got it at a Stuckey's.
You still have it, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I came across roadside. I've done a couple where I don't know if this happens to you, but we were just driving and randomly hit a roadside attraction, didn't even realize it.
Those are fun.
One was it was in Nebraska. It's called the Blue Whale. And it was some sort of amusement park with this gigantic metal blue whale. But there's this blue whale in the middle of this ridiculously overgrown forest, and we didn't even know what it was. And then it turned out later, this is pre-internet, that it was this roadside attraction that is shut down and gone under, and eventually the overgrowth took over.
Oh, yes.
How awesome.
I love that. I've seen people who do photo shoots at places like that, and they're so creepy and cool.
It was creepy and cool. I remember I've been to the first VFW post in the United States.
Wow.
And
where's that?
Number one, it was in the middle of one of the large western states, and it's in the middle of nowhere. We were on some dirt road. I turned a corner, and I noticed that its weathered sign said VFW post number 1, so I hit the brakes and shook my wife up pretty bad. But we... She's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "That's VFW post number 1. And your dad is always talking about how he has VFW post number 2 in Delaware, and he's so proud of it." I said, "We need to take a picture and send this off to him."
There you go.
Because it was in the middle of stinking nowhere. I'm sure someone could do a Google search and figure out where it is, but that was really weird. Just when We used to have these things called atlases, called road atlases that you had to use when you drove.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I remember my parents highlighting the atlas.
Yeah.
And, you know, it would have the whole path on all page after page after page. And one of the things we came across a lot was little rock shops. Like someone who was just selling whatever rocks or fossils were in that area. And
I'm sure we've been to it.
treasure in the finding.
Well,
you know, when we
really
weren't
bizarre.
actually going out and collecting rocks off the ground.
I always stop at shops and buy something. I'm a rock hound.
Oh, your sound
breaking up, Moto.
You're getting robot-y there.
Oh, sorry, I was going to say, I always stop and buy something at a rock shop because I am a rock hound and I love finding all weird stuff that they have.
No, you've been taken over by a robot.
I'm sorry, we're missing like every other syllable. I'm not sure. But I was going to say, I wonder how many little museums of like weirdness are around that we never hear about. Because I know like where we have our lug meetings, our Bay Lug meetings, once every couple months, and where we do our Christmas layout is called the Museum of American History, right? Is that it?
American Heritage.
American Heritage, sorry. Where is it again? Oh my goodness.
Palo Alto.
Palo Alto,
Palo Alto.
You would never know. It just looks like some like little house, and they have like fascinating, weird little displays of stuff there. Like just,
well, they have a historic garden, evidently, that's been kept for a super long time with a lot of.
And I can speak from experience. The apples are great and make excellent applesauce.
Oh, there you go.
Alex 23 says Moto's gone. Oh. Yeah, he's robot.
Is it better now?
Right?
Yeah, Moto's gone.
Roboto.
Mr.
Remoto.
Domo arigato.
Domo arigato, Mr. Remoto.
No, I was saying so this is a weird coincidence. I do stop at every rock shop, and we go in, and I have my son pick out something, and we always buy something because I love hunting for rocks and fossils. On every trip, I look for sites to stop at and hunt for things.
Oh yeah.
You know, finding lots of cool things. Cara, I'm sure you've done this because you've sent.
Oh, we've done it a lot.
We did that all the time I was growing up.
But yesterday, I was on the first Patreon live feed with a guy in New Zealand who does YouTube videos of him finding these incredible fossils.
Oh wow.
And he was telling us that he's likely found and will have to name a new species of fossilized animal that he's found.
That's so cool.
That's crazy.
That's super crazy. Wow.
So I guess it's amateurs now who are finding all these, and then you know he does GPSing, and then he sends everything off to the museum when it's a magic find like that. But
good for him.
I was like, I'm so glad I'm a patron, man. It's like you're finding new species of animals.
What I know, right? That's
I'm talking to this guy in New Zealand. It's the next day morning for him, and he's like showing off this new species of fossil like on his desk, like it's just sitting there. Like I found this like skull thing, and it's probably a new species, and not he had a New Zealand accent, of course, but
yeah.
I thought that was mind blowing.
All right, so other cool roadside things. So if you're ever in Minneapolis, now this used to be a standalone, but I understand the university owns it now, so I don't know how they're displaying it or where, but the Museum of Questionable Medical Devices.
What a great
super
name.
cool. They've got all these like, you know, late 19th century, early 20th century electric oddities. And you know, and just tons of weird things like that. At the time when this old man was still running it as an independent museum, he would let you sit in the phrenology chair and put the phrenology helmet all over your head, and you'd get a printout from the original machine with your personality and everything. It was hysterical.
Wow. Yeah, back when they thought they could tell everything you were about by the shape of your head. Man, I would be in trouble.
Well, you know, It's no secret that I collect antique light bulbs, but I also, as a stage electrician, I've really gotten into antique electricity, and I have an electrical oddity here.
Oh, this is like we're doing things from the crypt today.
Wow, we're out of sync.
I know what's going on.
And antique electrical devices, the electricity's new.
Now, I haven't tried it, but I doubt that it works. This is an electric comb for to grow and fortify the hair. Does it have a year?
Worked well.
Let us know how it works.
As I say, maybe I should have tried it, but I don't know. You tell me. Does it look like I want to use that on my
Terrifying. Head? That's awesome. That would definitely belong in that museum.
Right? I love old quack medicine, and even good ones, but old. It's so beautifully made.
Wow. And you could go and buy it. So they've been trying to sell us useless junk for years.
It's Frankenstein's hair club for men.
So the Hornbergers say there's a publicly accessible fossil pit not too far from them, and they've been planning on visiting for quite a while. Definitely go.
Fun.
I mean, we've been to awesome places you can go in Utah. There's a trilobite mine basically, and
whoa,
it's
that's creepy.
Just so many trilobites. In Montana, is the there's a sapphire.
I'll gate for you. Thanks.
Gem Mountain sapphire mine, and we have been there several times. And you pan for sapphires.
Is that one good?
You pan.
It's really good. Gem
sapphires?
Mountain is awesome.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
Gem
yeah,
Mountain
I've
is
always
awesome.
passed it up.
Oh yeah, no, we go as often as well. I mean, we've been several times.
But have you been mining for feminum lately? Because that's how they do it, apparently.
I'm always mining for feminum.
Panning for feminum.
And the Hornbergers, I could not agree more. You know what? I just keep my hair short.
Yep, exactly. But even cooler, if you go, it's a little southwest, I think, of Little Rock in Arkansas. There is a public park where you can dig for diamonds.
Yep.
Oh.
And recently there was a big one that someone found.
There was, and it's always the kids who find the big ones.
And it made the news because it was massive.
Well, when I was a kid, this is the closest as I got to that. When I was a kid, whenever I would go down and visit my dad during the summer, we would always go on a family trip, almost always to Disney World, because we lived in Florida at that time. I mean, during the summers I was in Florida with my dad, and we would do. It would usually be Disney World, but there were also, at the time when I was a kid, there were tons of other parks in Orlando. There was SeaWorld, which I know is now not questionable, but terrible. And but when I was a kid, we didn't know from that, so we had a good time. We were there, but they used to have a giant tank, and they would have these women that would dive in the tank for pearls. They would go get an oyster and open it up for you, and then you'd get a pearl, and it was some, it wasn't polished or anything, so it was always some kind of weird crumbly piece of gravel, and I always sort of questioned it.
So they weren't diving in the lagoon; they were diving into a tank. But there was also Circus World, by the way, is a thing that existed. Circus World, which we never went to. I think that would have been terrifying. And there was the Hollywood Wax Museum, which is that was where I got sucked into wax museums as a kid. And it had a great Chamber of Horrors in it. And I always remember being super psyched about that. But Circus World, y'all. That is a thing that existed, and you could go in and they would put you on a big elastic strap, and you could jump on the trampoline and do a trapeze if you wanted to. It sounded like a lawsuit waiting to happen, in my opinion.
No doubt.
When I was that young, I was like, something does not seem right about that.
Well, tell you what, if you ever make it out to Denver, we have this downtown aquarium. And they have mermaids. So they have these fine young women dressed up in fishtails that will swim around the water, and then you can pay to get your picture taken with them.
Yes, that's awesome.
That now I don't know if they originated that, but I do know that
when I was a
kid, Weeki Wachee was
that's
in Florida. That where they, I believe, originated that mermaid show, and I actually saw it several times and it was like Weeki Wachee was like a really tiny little. You could barely even call it a theme park, but you could go see the mermaid show. And yeah, it would be, you'd go sit in a little auditorium and there was like a tank and these girls would come and swim around, and they had like little hoses that they would like sort of surreptitiously breathe, get the air out of. And then they would do like ridiculous stuff. Like they drank a Coke underwater. That was like the big thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I actually still have somewhere a postcard from Weeki Wachee of the two ladies like sitting on the under the water on the floor drinking a Coke.
Yeah, and then I wanted to tell you the highlight of the tour is they also have
your
tigers.
mom's here.
Oh, look.
See, my mom knows Weeki Wachee Springs, home of the mermaids. It's true. Hi, Mom. You're getting all the all of our spots on the bingo card filled out today. But gosh,
I will say, if you do have the chance, please do stop at Wall Drug. It is, man.
So I have a postcard of it. Like, what's the deal with Wall Drug?
So I have to rewind decades. So basically, the U.S. passed a law because of Wall Drug. Wall Drug actually forced the U.S. to create a law about how many billboards you can have per mile.
Really?
Wow.
So as you drove west or east, so if you live on the West Coast and drove east, or if you drove from the East Coast and drove west, you would see billboards for Wall Drug, South Dakota, and they would start, I think maybe 3 states out.
Whoa.
And they would gradually, and you would see them maybe every 50 miles, and then it would become 25 miles, and then 10. And eventually there would be billboards like every single quarter mile, 1/8 mile, gigantic billboards just spread out across the middle of the United States. And eventually you'd say, I've got to see this place. And when it was in its heyday, the way they started is it started as a drugstore, a local drugstore, in the middle of the Badlands of South Dakota, which is hot as anything. And so they offered free water. Stop at Wall Drug and get free water. And because
free
of
ice
that,
water.
Free ice water. They managed to get 1 out of every 3 cars of that interstate on to visit. And eventually they started adding more and more ridiculous things to it, to where it was then an entire... I don't know how to explain it. It's like this mega weird conglomeration of just hokey things smashed together into 2 square blocks.
That seems like what Stuckey's was. Starting with the billboards, we would see billboards forever coming up, and they were enormous. And then you got there, and it was every kind of trinket, you could think of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's what Wall Drug is, and it really was the pinnacle achievement of a true tourist trap, because like 1 out of every 3 cars going to Yellowstone, stopping at that place, that was
whoa.
Yeah, it was made by Husted. He's no longer with us, but I remember meeting Husted in the 80s. He was walking down the main street, and my dad said, "Oh my gosh, son, that's Ted Husted. That's the guy who started it all." And we stopped by and said hi, because we'd always stop every trip out to Yellowstone.
That's so crazy. Well, I know you still, you see them, you still see billboards now, but you never saw, I've never seen like, that seems kind of intense.
Yeah, they had to rip them all out. I mean, one time they have this gallery of photographs of their signs, and there was one in Antarctica, one somewhere around Everest. I mean, people have placed Wall Drug signs all over the world because of the famous, just the location of it.
Oh, Mom, you're right. South of the border billboards, that place. Oh yeah. My gosh, that place was. We never went there either, but I always remember, for whatever reason, south of the border was always a place that we passed by in the middle of the night driving somewhere, and remember being a kid and multiple times just like waking up and looking out the dark car window and seeing all of the lights of south of the border. Man, that place. Oof.
So have you guys ever heard of Casa Bonita?
No,
I don't think so.
It was featured on the South Park cartoon.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Eric Cartman wants to go to Casa Bonita. So what's weird is my parents were visiting, and they're like, "Where can we go get something to eat?" I'm like, "Well, there's this place called Casa Bonita. I've never been there, but maybe we should give it a try." So we drove, and it turns out that it's a world famous tourist trap where the food is god awful, but you get in there, and they've created this entire maze and cavern and mine shaft. And then their big thing is they have a 2-story indoor waterfall with a pool, and they have like high school kids who will dive into the pool. But
wait, I have heard of this.
It is so wild, and I didn't even realize I lived next to this place. It is so bizarre.
Wow.
We just ran into it, randomly went there, and then I was telling someone, "Hey, I went to this place named Casa Bonita." I was telling someone at work, and they're like, "You've never gone to Casa Bonita? Like everybody in Colorado when they're a kid has to go there. It's a rite of passage, and la 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 la, and it's like super famous." And they're talking my ear off. I'm like, I don't know, man. It's just next to Arc Thrift Store. What do I know?
That's so funny. I just read an article about it, and I wasn't recalling the name, but I was just reading an article about it, about like tourist trap places that have kind of like transcended their tourist trapness. Like they're just so terrible that they
it's iconic. Yeah.
That they're amazing and iconic. Yeah. Yes, just to bring Lego into it. Sorting Lego is so relaxing to me.
It's
I
true.
agree.
You got so many bowls going here.
I find it funny
that bag had so many pins. I've maxed out my container.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. I love that this conversation has turned into a talk about tourist traps. These are things I didn't know about you, Moto, and I'm so excited that we share this love of like crazy.
Oh yeah,
weird
yeah. And of course, when I lived in Wisconsin,
I want to go to the place that's in American Gods that they go, that has the carousel.
Yeah, so I was going to say in Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Dells is super famous, and it was in Gaiman's American Gods book. But there's the House on the Rock, which I think
the place.
Is what he's
That's
alluding
the one.
to.
Yep, that's the place. Yep.
Yeah, that place is really weird.
Yep.
I can understand why Neil said it there, because it's freaky zone, man.
I want to. I see now. That's like I want to see that. I've never been to the mystery spot either.
I was just going to ask, have you been to the Winchester House?
Oh yes, many times.
Because we have not.
Well, I haven't.
I haven't either. We have to go.
When we get.
Oh yes, awesome.
For shame.
When we can do stuff again, we have to go because Winchester Mystery House is amazing.
Well, I love architecture, and I love that period, and just the notion of all these like Escher like staircases and all that. I love it.
Well, and then they just did a Lego version of it. Like somebody built a Lego version of it for them, like like as a commission or whatever. Yeah, it looks cool.
That was someone from BricksLA, right?
No.
What was that?
No, that wasn't. It was somebody who believe it was the person who got the job being the Legoland Discovery Center master builder for the area or something like that. I can't exactly remember, but
Joel Marbella, Winchester House for the win.
I love this, like, come for the Lego, stay for the discussion about weird roadside attractions.
It's all fun.
It's all fun. It's all fun and games. So someone, I guess.
Exactly. Another really cool local one. So they're in Gilmore Gardens. I don't know if you've ever been to Gilmore Gardens. It's this weird, tiny little, odd amusement park sort of thing. But they have the trees. So if you've ever watched, Huell Hauser did it, I think. But there was this guy in California who sculpted trees as they grew, right? So he would make them grow into different shapes.
Sure.
And Gilmore Gardens has the trees that remain.
Oh.
They're pretty fun.
Now that makes me think of, and I don't know, I don't think you can really consider this a roadside attraction, although it was kind of a weird offshoot attraction. So when I went to France many, many years ago, I went to, oh darn it, big palace. Versailles. I went to Versailles to see what it looked like. And there was the Marie Antoinette's farm. Mm-hmm. Do you know about this?
No, please continue.
Oh, okay. So there is, and you could rent a bike. Okay, so you go and you can tour the palace and all that stuff. But then you go, you could rent a bike because the grounds are huge, massively huge, and you can ride down. And Marie Antoinette had a tiny farm built on the property, like a little tiny, like when you go there, it looked like Disneyland. Like it was like little, like Snow White like cottages and like little things. And she would go there and like, this is now, I don't know if this is apocryphal, but the big story is that she would go there and dress like a peasant and hang out, and that was like her way to get away from her queenly duties, was to go like hang out at this little farm that she had built. And there were the really cool thing about it is there was a each of the little, even though they were only like a story high, each of the little cottages had a spiral staircase. All right. And each spiral staircase had a twisty tree growing up through the spiral in the middle of each one. And it was really cool looking, but it really did look like Disneyland. It was just so weird. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Wilfred has another cool a cool palace made out of stuff.
Oh, this guy built a palace out of stuff. Awesome. I want to see that.
Interesting.
Very cool. Oh, Alex says he's doing that with peach trees. I want to see what that looks like, cool. Alex. That sounds cool. Oh my goodness. Well, I can't believe that was a deeper rabbit hole than we usually go onto things like this. But wow, that was fascinating and fun.
Well, it's funny, I think, the sort of stream of consciousness, like when you and I sort, of course it's just a stream of consciousness, usually music in the background.
Yeah, so it's always nice to get to hang out and do sorting. I have my things separated out here now. I did.
I made progress on the spaceship, so I was going to show you that next.
Oh yeah, cool. Please check it out.
I'll go get it. The exterior is nearly done. I'm just waiting on BricksLA at this point.
Awesome. Cool. I just got to show these again. I'm so in love with this piece. It is like my new most favorite piece ever.
Yes.
The little cloud. It's so good. Well, I think
I'm going to get... Facture Cheval is weird. Wow.
The what is?
The Facture Cheval that I just butchered the pronunciation that Wilfred pointed out.
Le Cheval?
Yep.
It's the horse.
Oh, the Corn Palace. Oh, I haven't seen the Corn Palace.
I've been to Corn Palace.
Haven't been there.
Oh, wow. Moto, that looks amazing. Holy crap. Wow. Whoa. That is awesome.
That's amazing.
That's crazy. And the colors are great.
Wow. Oh my God, all the chrome buckets.
You are like the spaceship king. That's crazy.
It's getting there. Yeah.
It's getting there.
Talons for landing gear.
Okay, I gotta show real quick. I gotta show you this because it's just making me laugh. No, go ahead, Moto. Show us what you're gonna. Did you have something to show?
No, that's the spaceship.
Oh, I thought you were showing us some landing gear or something. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, the landing gear do. These ones actually fold up too.
That's so great.
Whoa.
You know the colors on it, that the sort of dark pink and aqua you have on there are they get almost chaotic towards the back, but they have such a animated quality. Like there's a lot of movement, like we're seeing plasma move around this thing or something.
Exactly. I want to keep it very open so you can see all the work that went into it. But yeah, it's magenta and medium azure and on black and some metallics as well.
That's amazing.
Really
Gorgeous.
beautiful alien.
Yeah. I wish you guys could see in person because it's really intricate and I think it looks really killer.
Well,
One of these days we will.
Take lots
Someday.
of close-up photos.
I will.
Okay, I have to show you because this series of comments made me laugh so hard. Well, first of all, this is kind of separate, but because there's a cafe in Paris, the Star Crash poster in it. You know how much I love Star Crash.
Star Crash.
Awesome.
But it was this series of comments that made me laugh. Near Waldrug is also the Corn Palace, but we didn't go see that one. And then Patrick Wismer says, the Corn Palace is a must-see. And then Fourth World Adam says, the Corn Palace, never again.
So here's the trick. Here's the trick with the Corn Palace. The Corn Palace, you have to time it correctly because they use different colored corn to decorate the entire thing. But if you go too early, they have the corn is not up, and then if you go too late, the birds have gotten to the corn. It's kind of
wait. So what, they like rebuild it every day?
Yeah, no, they rebuild it every year. Every year they have to redo the entire exterior with a new design.
Okay,
but that's what makes it so like ridiculously crazy, I guess.
Yeah.
So. Okay, I've got one.
But I'd say it's kind of like Crazy Horse. You know, it's one of these things that you see at once. Or another once and done one was the Meteor Crater in Arizona.
Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome.
we went there.
Yeah.
Did you go when you were there? Was it fenced or not fenced?
Well, I'm gonna have to
do
check
you
with my
mean-
dad on that. I know we went there. I remember. I haven't seen the Grand Canyon, but I saw Meteor Crater.
It's
Oh,
fenced.
too
I mean,
bad.
you can't walk down into it.
Yeah, but I was wondering because if Richard saw it when he was younger, he might have been there before it was fenced. There was a time when it was not fenced, like the
Yeah,
Big
if we
Starman.
went there, I would have been like 10 or younger, probably.
Right.
Maybe 12 at the most.
Okay, so I think I may have been to the mother of all terrifying roadside attractions.
Oh,
No.
do tell.
Oh, really?
This one is not. This one is not like, dumpy per se, like some of the ones that you might see.
No, this one's very nice.
But okay, first of all, I want to find out who here knows what Precious Moments is.
Oh dear.
Okay, so okay. So first of all, let me show you. If you don't already know what Precious
I
Moments,
don't like where this is going.
No,
'Cause you
this
get
sounds
any more of
terrifying.
those, you get any more than 3 of those together, and it's
Ooh.
like it's like a horror movie.
So this is Precious Moments. Everybody's seen them. They're on. They're ubiquitous. They're on, and now they have phones and books. Well, there is a Precious Moment museum in Carthage,
No.
Missouri that I
No.
have been to,
Why?
and
It's like the Louvre, right?
you can
of
see
Precious Moments.
Yeah, it's like the Louvre of Precious Moments. It's huge, and then there's a chapel that you can go in, and all of the paintings are like paintings
Done in that style. Oh wow!
of
Why?
all Precious Moments figures doing different scenes from the Bible, and there is a reproduction of the ceiling,
the Sistine
the
Chapel.
Chapel
Sistine
ceiling,
Chapel?
all done
Oh.
as Precious Moments
Oh
characters.
wow!
So
All right.
What
Why did you
huge-
go? What prompted you to actually go?
because I was in Missouri, like 5 miles from it, why would you not go?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, and
And I
my
would-
dad says we did go. Yes, I knew we went. I remember seeing Meteor Crater.
And I was
Wow.
actually just telling the story of it to friends the other day. It's so funny that we'd be talking about this. So so the chapel's kind of far away from the main building, so you have to like walk to it. And there's like windy paths through grass. And then there's all along the path, there's all of these Precious Moments statues, like big, creepy, life-size statues. Well, we went in the dead of winter in Missouri. So everything was covered with snow and like ice dripping off of them. And
Okay, that sounds better.
it was like something out of like Return
It's like
to
the-
Oz.
It's like the weeping angels from Doctor Who. If you
It
look them
was.
in the eyes, if you look them in the eyes and then you look away, you disappear from the earth.
Oh my god.
So there you go. Like, if you ever want to be completely terrified, and there's more to it that I won't go into, but yeah, it is.
Wow.
It is truly a sight to behold.
Now, do you exit through the gift shop?
The what?
Do you have to exit through a gift shop?
No,
it's actually gift shoppy.
But there is a gift shoppy. Yes, it's true. Well, anyway, I think we've reached the end on that note.
Well, see what happens when you sort.
I know.
You
I
go
will
crazy?
say this, Richard and Flynn, if you ever have the chance to go to the Grand Canyon, you really should.
Oh,
I absolutely want to.
I've been, and it's amazing.
I want to see it.
Yeah, that Yellowstone Yellowstone, the Grand Canyon, and probably the one in California. Sorry, the
one in California, Muir Woods.
The one with Half Dome. I forget. Yosemite. Some of these are. I've been to a ton of national parks, but like Carlsbad Cavern, there's a couple of them that when you go, it's like you can't even begin to wrap your head around the beauty of it.
Yeah, we went to. We spent our honeymoon in the Sequoia National Forest, and it was marvelous. It was so great. We had such a great time.
Joshua Tree is also spectacular.
Oh yeah,
well, that's it's funny. Like, there's a lot of places worldwide that I want to go. There's a lot of amazing architecture and historical things worldwide that I want to check out with Flynn. In the United States, I want to see our national parks. That's what I'm excited about. I want to see as many national parks as possible. While
that's my objective too. You know me, the landscape photographer. That's where I go. So,
what are you giggling about there, Cara?
Alex's comment.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I love that.
That was well, you know, the thing is like
hilarious.
We can talk about Lego like all day long, but we are more than our Lego hobby. All of us are more than our Lego hobby, and I feel like there are many other places that the Venn diagram of our interests and lives kind of like meet. And I think that's the fun thing about meeting other enthusiasts in a hobby that you're in, is finding those people and finding the people whose other interests also, right? I mean, because it's great. It
makes people more three-dimensional too,
right? It's great that we all enjoy Lego, and that can be a thing that we share.
But being able to
share other things as well, I think, is super important and fun.
Oh, totally.
So,
all right. There's more sorted now,
and we got sorting done. So there, and people actually stuck with us through the show. So I'm impressed.
I do have to point to Fourth World Adam saying Dollywood was amazing.
Oh yes,
I've heard.
I haven't been there.
Stories about Dollywood.
I've been there. I went to Dollywood. There's another place I went to. Dollywood. When I very first moved to New Orleans, I had a bunch of friends from the Bay Area came to visit. They showed up right around Christmas. It was a wonderful Christmas. And we ended up going to Dollywood to see Dolly perform a Christmas show.
Oh, man, how awesome.
And, of course, we were in the nosebleed seats. And when I say nosebleed, it wasn't actually up high. It was just way far in the back of a completely flat-floored room. So she was about the size of a Lego trophy character, really. Like a Lego trophy character, you know, with a guitar. So it poured down rain, and we only got to walk through it. So we didn't actually get to see the park. We like walked through.
Oh, bummer.
But there were some hilarious signs up, like just random. Like I just saw one sign that said, when she was a little girl, Dolly used to call animals critters. Like that was the sign.
All right. Road trip time. I want to go.
It was so silly. And we went, but we did go. I did end up going miniature golfing
nice.
at the Dolly World Miniature Golf Course that was like across the street from the place. And we were super, well, I was super into it. That's another one of my like wax museums and miniature golf are like right up there in my, in my things.
Oh, so. Brickaroo Bonsai. My family went to ghost towns when I was a kid because we'd go out in the desert looking for rocks, and there were old mining towns that we would go through. Yep. And sometimes like you know, to my mind as a little kid, I'm sure we went far into deep, dangerous mines. But you know, my dad was careful as well. But we explored old mines and ghost towns. It was wonderful. Looked for old bottles, you know.
I bet you somewhere there's somebody who has like a minifig museum that's like in the middle of nowhere. And if there isn't one, they need to make one.
Yeah, I think their names are Holly and Kara.
We're going to need some land in the middle of nowhere to make this happen.
Exactly. There you go. All right. Well, I thank you all for joining today. It was a very interesting show. But thanks for all for sticking with it. I think it was fun to hear. And I think too, I think it's fun for us to share other parts of our lives besides just the Lego, right? Like we are, like Richard was saying, 3-dimensional people. So being able to talk about like other things that we enjoy, I just think that's really fun, and I'm so thrilled that we get an opportunity. Oh yes, I'm getting a finger, not the finger, but a finger.
It's called the Minifig Vault, and some guy has it. It's in Deerfield, Illinois.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
Do it.
So there we go. TrickyLUG, another TrickyLUG trip.
Oh, and we should mention too before we go. Remember, BricksLA is happening right now.
BricksLA is happening right now. You can go catch the end of it. Oh yes, Medieval Times. There's another tourist trappy place.
Oh yes,
that I love. And there was another one I was going to mention too. Oh yes, I've been to Graceland. So there you go.
Wow.
It's smaller than you would think. It's smaller than you would think. The rooms are very small. I was surprised.
Well, people were only this big back then.
Well, no, I mean houses weren't built to a large scale back then, so it's probably large for its time.
Right, but it is considered, it's considered a mansion, and it looks like an old Southern mansion. And then when you get inside, it was like, and here's the living room, which you've seen in pictures, and they always take it in like wide angle, and it looks cool. And it was like, the size of my bathroom, which is small. If you've ever been in it. But anyway, thank you everybody so much for joining us today. We had a great time just talking about whatever, like what a kooky fun time. I'm gonna have to make sure and sorting. And sorting. We, as you know, have a new schedule. We are no longer doing morning shows on Mondays. Mondays are 2 p.m. on Twitch, with just me doing just building, and I'm still working on Diagon Alley, so you can tune in to check that out. Excuse me. And then we'll be back on Wednesday with a show at 10 a.m. So now our new schedule is Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday.
And Friday we have another challenge.
And Friday we've got our challenge due, the hip to be square, or no slopes and curves challenges, if that's what you want to call it. But again, think Minecraft. Think of the big statues that they make at Legoland, and how those, they do everything with bricks to create curves. So it's an interesting challenge. I'm interested to see what people will make. So, oh my goodness, coffee.
Well, Marilyn Parmalee, I'm glad we got to hang out some too.
I know, me too. That was fun.
Always good. And
thanks for everybody hanging out while we talked about ridiculous stuff. And we don't forget, before we see you either tomorrow at 2 or Wednesday at 10 a.m., don't forget to stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, wear your mask, get that flu shot, and we will see you next time. Bye everyone.
Happy sorting.